How's it going, everybody? Today we are playing 18 holes from the longs at New London. Now, I'm kind of doing this for a special reason. So, for those of you who don't know, New London is like the big course in our area. This course is a huge reason for kind of the success of disc golf in our community and a lot of the people that have traveled into the community to play disc golf around where I live here in Lynchburg, Virginia. This course was designed in partnership with Paul Macbeth. It's a big deal. And we just had world championships here as well this year. So this course means a lot to me and the community. Well, basically, this course is no longer going to exist, at least the way it is, for much longer. This course is actually built on some government lots that were undeveloped. A lot of the course runs along these like environmental areas that can't be touched, but some of the course is on land that could be touched. And they knew that going into it. I guess they just were hoping it never happened, but the local government was given a huge multi-million-dollar grant to develop some of the lots that this course is on. And it's not like the government here hates disc golf. They love disc golf, but you have to do what you have to do. When you get millions of dollars from the government, they need to develop those lots. So basically, we don't know exactly what part of this course, but a good portion of this course is going to be redesigned. They're going to still have New London, and I still think it could be great, but New London as it exists isn't going to be this way much longer. And I was looking through my scores the other day, and I really have barely played any full 18-hole rounds on this course. Because I film with Foundation, and that's where I play most of my disc golf, we never really play 18 holes too often. And I think I've played probably less than 10 rounds in like the last 3 years of 18 holes at this course from the long tees. In fact, I think my best score was when I played with a putter only on this channel a while back and shot a 75. So I wanted to play today to just get an 18-hole round on record while the weather is still good, because this course won't exist in its current format for much longer. And just kind of have this as an homage to the course New London as we know it now, which will eventually be Old London, I guess. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to go through the course, try to shoot my personal best. Like I said, I think 74 is my best. So try to just shoot my personal best. It'd be great to have a decent score that I can remember. Hopefully that's how it goes. And I think I'll also kind of give like my assessment of each hole as we get to it, because like I said, I think it'll be cool to have this to look back on. So with that being said, we're going to start here on hole one. Hole one is a fantastic par 3. It's a little under, I think it's around, all the tee signs got removed because some of them got stolen. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But I think hole one, I think it's about 379, somewhere in that range, 380. I think it's a pretty great hole, pretty tough hole one, a lot of OB on the right side, but I think I'll give each hole a rating to kind of remember them by. I think hole one's going to stay, but just in case, I would say hole one, just looking at it generally and not where it is located on the course, I would say a 9 out of 10. I think this is a really good hole. I'd love to make a par here to start. We're going to go passion. I've been playing pretty bad lately because if you didn't see my last video, I got my form dissected by a bunch of pros, and that has put me in a place of insecurity. So, shocker. My body was much too cold for that. Okay, I think we can make par from there. I really need to warm up because that was a lot of muscles crying out in pain. You see, what makes this hole so darn effective is that OB on the right side that they didn't have in play during Worlds for some reason forces you over to the left, and then you have a not super fun scramble shot to try to make your par. We're going to go slammer. You just have to try and keep the disc moving to the left the whole way. If it comes out, it's going to go down that hill and it's not fun. We're going to aim at the tree in front, just a little bit of right to left. Just like that. Now sit. That's pretty good. Ooh, touch long on that actually. Wow, that got there quick. That's going to be a tester for par. That's how we're going to start our day. Oh gosh. That wasn't the worst putt of all time, but it just didn't come out very pretty, and the basket wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah, you got to make those. Not a great start. That's okay. We just gotta hang on and not take big numbers. That's on to hole two. We're met with a real juggernaut here. A lot of this course is just surviving these first couple holes, getting to like hole 3 and being able to catch your breath. Basically, this hole is just shy of 1,000 feet, par 4. I would give this hole like a 7 out of 10 because I think it is a little bit brutal, but it's a great challenge and it's a fun fairway. I'm gonna play a mid, I think. Now we'll go stalker. We're going to go with my straight blue stalker and we're just trying to play it straight up the fairway. Don't want to go right, and this disc shouldn't go right. That's actually really good. Just don't skip left. No, it got hyzer. Stay there. Oh, what is that stick? Okay. Pretty short, but it's still in the fairway. I wish that stick wouldn't have knocked it left. Hopefully that didn't cut our angle off too bad. Unfortunately, that stick did exactly what we didn't want to happen. Kicked us the extra 5 feet right or left. And now instead of being able to throw a straight second shot, I got to throw something a little riskier. I either have to pitch a forehand, which isn't even the easiest thing ever. Because the goal here is to get 2, 3 up near the basket and then make sure we have two close shots to make sure we get our bogey. Like that's how I have to play this hole. I think we need to go pushing backhand just to make sure we don't go out of bounds. Like that would be a disaster. Yeah, that's about all we could do. Just sit. Oh my gosh, the flares. Dude, if that got too far left, oh my goodness, I barely threw it. These fairways are so unforgiving. It's just like the extra thing people don't think about at this course. Everything wants to skip. Once again, just marginally to left. Like literally, if I'm right here, I'm in an awesome spot. 5 feet over, if even, and I have no option to get near the basket. This is not good. Because what this means now is I have to pitch up and then I have to get up and down for bogey. And I don't, on this green, it's hard to get up and down from like distance. So I didn't want to have to do this. But now I'm going to have to do it. Just because I got too much angle on that disc. So we need to execute a good forehand here. Try to get we need to get somewhat far up there because the up and down we don't want to be like super demanding. So we don't want to make double. All right. That's a really good forehand. That one will stay in the middle. Oh! Okay, thank goodness that second kick. Can you believe that? It hit like a rock or something as I was saying it was going to stay in the middle, jumped left, and luckily that tree kicked it back. It should just be a hyzer from there. I would have been distraught. That was crazy. I feel like the other 2 shots were definitely a little on me. Well, the first one hit a stick, but that one was a little bit left to begin with. Second one, that one was on me. That bounce, that would have just been unlucky. That would have been a rough one. I wouldn't say by any means this is the perfect angle to attack the basket, but considering the kind of breaks we've been getting, these tree roots, those are the culprits. This will be okay. Have to just throw. You got to give the disc some room on this hole to work its way up to the basket because the green is just a slip and slide. So I think we're going to go cash and we're going to take it kind of flat outside, maybe like a slight bit of hyzer, and keep it kind of low. Because if you go high, that's where you get in trouble. You got to kind of go low and around that little pine tree. Oh, I went inside the pine tree, just missed the tree. Okay, straight skip, kind of. I think that worked out. You can never tell how far you skip. I got lucky to miss the tree inside and skip straight. I guess I was owed that. But sometimes you see that front skip, you get a skip and you're like, oh, that should be close. And you're like 80 feet, so I hope that's close. Great news. The skip was good. See, I can never predict it. We are right up there next to the basket. I never have any idea where I am. Okay, that'll end up being a really good salvaged bogey. None of those shots went exactly how I wanted, but we stayed out of the OB and the really bad shots where we didn't have to pitch out. And that's what'll save you. And bogey on this hole is realistically what I'm hoping for. So that's not bad. Okay, we're 2 over, moving into our 3rd hole. It's time to get a little more aggressive. I think a lot of times the mistake you can make on this course is because it's so hard, you can feel like you just have to play defensive the whole time. But if you don't attack this course when it gives you the chance, you're never going to flirt with par because you're going to just get eaten alive. Like you get to 3, 4, and 5 here are a really important stretch where you need to try and get a stroke back before you get into 6, and then you got to play 8, and there's some tough holes on the back end of the front 9. So we have to stay aggressive when we have the chance. Hole 3, turnover mid-range. It's a little over 300 feet, maybe like 350. We're going to go our AB rock, and we're going to throw it pretty aggressively. Throw it flat at the back wall of trees and try and make birdie here. You got to attack this shot like more of a straight shot and less of a turnover and let the disc work, or else you'll hit the back wall of trees. Oh, I just threw it low. The line was iffy. Okay, luckily I got down in time where it's not going to be OB, but just a low release there. That's never going to have the legs. For me to get a mid to this hole, I have to let it use all the airspace I can, but hopefully we make par. We're going to be just inbounds over here. We actually have a tournament coming up this weekend. So I say we, not me exactly, but we got the flags back out, which is great. If you can see them, there's a flag right there, but that'll help us. Okay. Decisions. We've got, okay, not even a decision. Little step out, forehand, just throw it to the left side of the basket. Make sure you don't saw it off. Easy shot. Use our slammer. I'm just gonna toss it out there, little frisbee toss, and let gravity do the rest. Just like that. Boom, perfect. Perfectly executed. Sometimes if you've got a hillside or a slope, you got to trust that it's going to help that disc fade. Do all the work for you. Okay, never going to be upset with par on this course. We're doing okay. I really love New London because the terrain really makes you think. A lot of courses, it's just, there's not a lot of thought. This course management can be straightforward a lot of times, but the terrain does really subtle things. And because the OB is so punishing and so close to the fairway, you have to consider it on a lot of shots. Alrighty, hole 4, one of our best birdie chances. I think it plays a little under 300, but it's uphill. Little S forehand with my wild honey. Just throw it hard and flat and let the disc do the work for me. Try to get in range for a birdie here. Oh, that was a little stiff, but if it gets out of it, get out of there. Okay, long range putt. I was the first forehand of the day from that distance at least, and I felt the stiffness. I didn't warm up those muscles, but the line ended up being okay. I threw it high and it kind of compensated for the amount of turn I gave it. Well, this ended up better than I thought. We actually got all the way to the side of the ditch here. I've got probably, I don't know, maybe 15 feet here. A little bit of a straddle. Kind of an awkward lie. I got this tree root. Let me actually take my mark, get a little further up on the hill. There we go. Okay, great birdie opportunity. Can't miss these at New London. Oh my gosh, I'm doing the splits. Why is that ground so slippery? There we go. We have to bury this. Trying to toss it on the pole. Make a good putting stroke here. There it is. That was a better stroke there. Sometimes when the normal putt goes away, the straddle is usually there to stay, if you will. Hey, that's a great birdie. Only one over now through 4. And if we can stay there going into hole 6, that'd be pretty good. Hole 5, par 4 here. I just remembered I forgot to give a rating to the last 2 holes. I would give hole 3 a 7.5 out of 10. Hole 4, probably like a 7 out of 10. There's okay. There's not a lot of bad holes out here. Hole 5, this is a 10 out of 10. It's a great par 5. I think it provides a lot of choices, a lot of strategy. The terrain is just awesome. You have this huge hillside to land on. Then there's like a little shelf. You got OB right and left. You got to carry OB to get towards the green. It's got everything. Roller's a great play here to try and make birdie. I'm okay with par. Go with my honey, throw a forehand out there. There's no wind. So we're going to kind of rip on it on hyzer and just get as far down there as we can. A bit high to get super far, but I got into it pretty good. May have actually gotten up towards the shelf. That would be something. I'm not sure how many of you have tried throwing the wild honey yet from Clash, but let me just tell you, and I know a lot of foundation fans have gotten onto it, but if you have not tried it, like genuinely, that disc it's great for backhand, sure, but that disc has transformed my forehand game. Like I had no distance off the tee with my forehand, but the way I can just effortlessly throw that thing on hyzer and it just glides, it is so incredible. Like I'm getting further forehands than I ever have. Check them out. I think we have some at foundationdisc.com. But it's just like, I don't see myself ever taking that disc out of my bag. We got pretty far up here, far enough that birdie's in play somewhat. We're gonna try and throw a high turnover, just make sure we clear the OB, get into the woods. There's a kind gentleman letting me play through, so we're gonna get up here and rip. Heads up! Kind of threw it right in his direction. That's okay, that'll be a par. All right, we got a long jump putt here, just kind of laying it up for par. Wish I would have got a little closer than that recently. There we go. Cleaned her up. All right, nice par there. Now we're on to hole 6, the big one. 1,200 feet of pure par 5 pain. But we're gonna start by getting around the corner. We're gonna use our glory. This hole's 10 out of 10. This hole's 10 out of 10. Oh, I flipped it up a little. Get left hard. Okay, that should be okay. It's actually very good. That was a very good drive. So a little extra info on what will be happening to the course, as far as what I know, is certain holes of this course, a good few of them, are protected because they're right up against conservation areas. That's why the OB is so tight on a lot of these holes, because it's a conservation area. It can't really be messing around in there. Hole 6 is one of those holes, so we shouldn't be losing it. As far as we know, the holes we're probably going to be losing are like 11 through 18, which is a lot of the course. But the good news is it's not really the signature holes. Like, I don't know how many of them I'm gonna miss. So I think the course actually has an opportunity to come back better than ever. And here's some more good news. This drive is about as good as we've ever thrown it. We just need to, from here, we're trying to throw 2 just past that manhole, 3 around the corner, 4 on 5 putt. That's the goal. That would be awesome. So we're gonna throw our trusty rock and just try and throw a straight shot. Hardest shot in disc golf. Oh my gosh. And I shanked it. Well, at least it kicked down into the fairway. Well, I got far enough down here that I'm going to give in a temptation and just try to attack the corner. Might not be the wisest decision, but it'd be nice to be able to get around the corner here and have a look at the island for my 4th shot. So we're going to go hurricane. Oh, I flipped it up. Get left. Good tree. Another good tree. Okay, lots of good trees. That should be okay. Flipped it up too much, but I gave it enough air that it had time to get back. That'll play. Well, we accomplished our mission, got around the corner, and now we are left with this very intimidating shot to cross the OB. But it's straight away. Just have to make sure you don't go right. It's very doable. I think we'll go stalker here, that blue stalker again. Oh, Trevor. We are just really closing our hips. That's going to be in bounds, luckily, but hopefully I can poke out of there and we can take our bogey. It's now 2 shots on this hole where we didn't commit to that turnover, kind of straight turn shot, and it's burnt us both times. Okay, right there, that's the window. That's the soft. You got to find the softest window sometimes, I think, and just throw it hard enough to get through. Okay, we're out. Okay, that shouldn't be too far. Got kind of a big boy putt for our bogey here. You got to make these 25 footers. These are the ones. If you watch my channel long enough, it's 25 footers uphill. I have them all day long. Stay on line with our putt. Toss it right in the center. There it is. Yes. Dude, that feels great. Kind of like hole 2 where things weren't going complete my way, but we executed the few shots we needed to down the stretch and just salvaged, and bogey is not bad there. Okay, so I think we're what, 2 over now? That's not bad at all. We got a birdie hole here, hole 7, par 5. We're throwing basically landing zone, onto an island, try to make birdie. This is a 10 out of 10 hole. I'm not just gassing up this entire course. Genuinely, this stretch of holes, like ending here at hole 7, is probably my favorite part of the course. And then it will be, there's some holes I don't love as much after that. But hey, you guessed it, what we need off the tee here is a gentle left to right straight shot. We're gonna throw a slammer, and hopefully we can commit to this one. I need to attack my line a little straighter, I think, instead of from an angle. That was much better. Look at that. Look at that slammer go. That's money. That disc has become a straight to understable disc. Basically in perfect position here. Just don't want to mess up this shot. I think we're going to throw the exact same shot. Oh, I did it again. That disc is becoming an amazing turnover shot disc. That is just lovely. So not a bad second shot, but I wish I would have gotten further because we are a little pinched. It's just gonna be require a little more precision than I would have liked. I can't decide if I want to throw it on hyzer and let it push or flat and let it bite. Well, great opportunity to show off my new overstable mid-range I'm bagging. This Nord from Castaplast. Threw it in the field to test and to promote the other day, and I really liked it. I think it kind of fits my business. So we're gonna try and throw this flat and hard, and it better be reliable. Oh, I pulled it. Get really overstable. Oh yeah. Okay, that was great. We got onto the island. Luckily, I mean, pulling with it, that was the miss. That definitely was the miss. And I got through the tree pretty nicely. That's a birdie putt. Well, this worked out just great. I think throwing the faster disc there really paid off. Helped me cut through that tree and make sure I got closer to the basket. Hey, that was a good birdie. All right, we're only 1 over. This has been great. Only 1 over at hole 8 is a great spot. Very happy with that. Hole 8's kind of a trap hole because it's gonna be a serious roadblock. And then like once you get through here, oh, wow, I'm catching up to another guy. I'm really flying. Once you get through here, you have like a few more holes that aren't super demanding before you get to some other tricky ones. So par 4, tight through the woods. This hole for me is like 4.5 out of 10. The reason being, I think the landing zone that you have to be in to make birdie is way too tight. And the green is so protected that it's kind of random. I just have never been a huge fan. Also, if you miss like way left, there's like a second fairway. Maybe I'm just bad at this hole, but I just don't think it's very clever. And it also just is a weird fit on this course. I feel like a lot of the back nine is like that because you have kind of a theme going, a theme that continues with like the next few holes. This one just isn't quite it. It's not just because it's in the woods, it's the randomness of the woods. Because a lot of this course is predictable if you're in the fairway. Glory, and we're gonna flex it over to the right fairway or right kind of side and try to fade back to the middle. That's how I like to try and throw this hole. Oh, it's almost perfect. Yeah, now get a little skip. Oh, I hit a tree at the end. Okay, so like that was a pretty good shot from there. I don't think I'll have a footing to get near the basket for birdie, but hopefully par is easy. So we landed in a spot, actually got far enough off the trees that I can at least throw a shot here. Like this is doable. It's a tough shot, but it's a flex shot at least, which I can usually throw with some competence. I got to pull it over pretty quick, get it down the tunnel and have it finish left. A lot of forward progress guarantees a par, but birdie's in play. Okay, I got this new destroyer. It's this Evelina one. I got it at USDDC. I think we might be carrying these on foundation at some point, but I got it because it's kind of flatter and a lighter weight. So it right out of the box, it kind of turns. I kind of got it for forehands, but I think for this flex backhand up the hill, it'll work nicely. We're gonna find out what it's made of. So we're gonna aim right at those trees and just pull it over. Oh, wow, get through there. Ooh! Oh, that's gonna be putting. Okay, I missed my line a little bit. I wanted to pull it right of both those trees. I actually went in between them, but that disc with like not a ton of effort and I threw it really flat, got a beautiful S. That thing is sick. I think we might have a birdie putt. That ended up really good. I think we got sort of held up by these last few trees here, but I probably deserved that. But we still have about a 40 footer. We'll give it a chance. Uh-oh. Oh, man. We are cooking right now. Even par. That was the ugliest putt ever. I was trying to throw it like high above the basket like that, but I just like aimbotted it and hyzer flopped it into the basket. A real specialty of mine. If I'm doing my math right, we bogeyed 1 and we bogeyed 2 and we parred 3 and we birdied 4, parred 5, bogeyed 6, birdied 7, birdied 8. Even par. Even par. All right, hole 9, playing through a group. So I'm just gonna go blast off the tee and then I'll give you my rating breakdown. Try to hit these guys. We're going with the Evelina Destroyer. We're gonna see what it's made of. That might be one of the best discs ever created. Not my furthest throw, but I'm amazed by that disc. Decent drive. Can't attack a ton from here. I think we'll go Hurricane. Yeah. Ooh, not far at all, but safe. Really a subpar effort from me. We got a lot of distance to make up to get our par. Good thing I have an Evelina Destroyer. I mean, that might be my new favorite disc. Look at that thing go. Okay, up and down from there, try to make par. So like I mentioned, I'm trying to play through a group here. 2 very nice guys, just met. All the nice people on the course today. Practicing for the tournament tomorrow. To sum up this hole, I think this is a great hole. It's pretty simple. So I'll just say 7.5 out of 10. But it is fun. I'll give it, no, 7.5 out of 10 because the only thing that makes it better is it is cool to have a hole on this course that you can just kind of air it out a little bit. But it's realistically, it's just straight patch of grass. The tee shot's pretty cool. But man, like my tee shot was okay, but put me in a spot that wasn't ideal to attack. Because of that, my second shot stunk. And now even after a good third, I have a little bit longer for up and down for par than I would want. This is probably around 200 feet. All the room in the world, throw a hyzer. I think we'll go slammer. It's gonna stick, so I have to land it close, especially with this baseline disc. I'm not gonna get any skip out of this, so we need to land it. You need to kind of do the geometry in our head of where we're gonna get this thing to land on hyzer. Oh, that's more flip than we wanted. Now sit down. Sit. Yeah, we went long. That flipped up more than we wanted. It was a good angle. We just needed that to spike a little bit more and sit, and now we're having a long putt for par. This went way further than we wanted. Hole 9 has a really funny way of punishing you when you're playing well. Like if you're playing bad, hole 9 is almost like a breath of fresh air and it ends up being an easy par. When you're playing, when you're playing good, a lot of times it derails your round. Oh, stay up. Ooh. See, I didn't get away with the putt that time because that was just not spinny enough. Yeah, that's not a good bogey. Still avoiding the big numbers, but like big numbers shouldn't even be a thought on this hole. Hey, we're gonna get the birdie on the next one. We'll bounce back. Now we got our big giant hyzer on hole 10. Over 400 feet, slightly downhill. I would give this hole, there's a lot of trees growing in, so maybe it'll be different eventually if it stays. Hopefully it will. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Not super creative. It's fun enough. I'm gonna go time lapse and throw it more flat because the hyzer flip has not been working. Oh, I almost got that how I wanted it to be. 2 nose up as well. That's not good. Yeah, that's short. That disc, it still has some stability to it. That just wasn't working. The hyzer flip just hasn't been doing it for me on this hole. I think if I threw that with a little more turn, that can work. I hadn't quite decided on what angle was going to work there. Have to make the smart and simple play here because I can't tell you how many times I have taken dumb numbers on this hole by not just being smart and getting it close to the basket. So we're just going to flutter a little forehand out there, curl it up to the basket. Just like that. Ugh, right into the rock. Okay, then we can tap out our par because you don't want to mess around with elevated baskets. You can really easily 3-putt if you're me. All right, once again, oh my gosh, I just caught wind of what happened. Whew, I mean, this disc is taking its share of knocks, so I can't get too upset about it, but like that is a gnarly one. The slammer has gone quite some time now in the bag. It'll be a sad day when I have to replace it. Okay, on to hole number 11. Took me a second. This is a part of the course, basically from here until, for most of the holes from here on out, are a lot more wooded or have wooded elements to them, which is, I'm kind of a hyzer merchant, so that's not my strength. So I'd love to stay around par where we're at because these are scoreable holes. They're not super long, but they're tough. And bogey comes into play super quick. So this one, you got to get up to a really small landing zone and then you throw down a cool hallway. Second part of this hole, really cool. I think the tee shot is not great. It's kind of luck oriented unless you get it in a 5-foot bin. So I would say this is like a 5.5 out of 10 for me. A lot of people disagree with that. That's how I feel. And I stink at this tee shot. We're going to go Supra. Oh, I ripped it over. That's a new one. Just came all the way out of it. Oh, and it kicked right. See there? So now we are in automatic bogey. Hopefully don't make a double territory. The rough on this hole is deceptive because it looks kind of open. But remember, the hallway we're trying to end up in is so tight that it doesn't matter if you can scramble forward. You have to land in a perfect spot. So I'm trying to decide how aggressive I want to get here. I could go really aggressive, but that would be stupid. I'm going to try and toss it out kind of forward. Okay, now sit. All right, hopefully from there we can attack and maybe we'll have a chance to save par. Who knows? That was a pretty good recovery shot and we've actually landed in what I like as the most ideal shot. I don't like throwing straight down the tunnel. I actually like throwing this pop out forehand anyways. I'm better at it. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna use the same disc. Slammer, I'm gonna throw it straight at the right side of the hallway and let it work its way over slowly. Oh, it just didn't turn. Just go as far as you can. Oh, don't kick right. See now, now double bogey is back in play. It's that fast. Hi, welcome to Disc Golf Prison. I've luckily got far enough through here that I can at least like don't have a lot of trees to miss, but I mean this is just like hilarious. I love it. I think it's a fun like obstacle, but it's brutal. And even from here, I need to straddle like all the way out here, I think, or I just have to go between these two. Oh, I hate that. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's not that hard, Trevor. Just throw it through the gap. Woo! That was so scary. Okay, that's tap in bogey. I'm happy I'm avoiding, like this hole I threw 2 shots that could have really punished me, and I'm getting out of jail. So I'm happy I'm avoiding that. Hole 12, pretty simple par 3. Breath of fresh air on this course because it's one of the easier holes. You do have to miss a tree, and there is OB right, but like for this course, this is basically like playing Peaksview. Problem is, what I like to do is aim at that tree and flex it off of it. And lately I've just been squaring it up, like 5 in a row. So we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna throw our new Nord that we absolutely adore. We're gonna rip it over off that tree. We're gonna trust it's gonna fade right into the basket. Oh, it's gonna be too stable. I hit my line though, I'm happy about that. Hit the tree. Okay, I heard some tree. Hey, I'm just happy that I missed the first tree a little bit too high and not pulled over enough, but it might be a putt because I heard it hit trees. Absolutely squared up this big old tree. Thank you for the assist. Let's go. Stay. Oh, I'm just still fighting on that hyzer release a little bit. Just trying to keep the disc flat. Not quite good enough. Okay, par. Still doing okay though. We're still smooth sailing. We have not had the blow up hole yet, and we're running out of holes to do that on. So that would be awesome if we didn't. Still hanging in there, playing some good disc golf. Hole 13, par 4, scoreable. Not my favorite hole. I'd give this like a 5 out of 10. It's not a bad design. It just doesn't do much for me. That's really all it is. Just trying to pop it through this gap here, get left, throw down the fairway, trying to make birdie. Ooh, missed the trees. Yeah. Oh, big old skip. Dude, that's good. That should be really good. This is seriously one of the best drives I've ever thrown this hole. Right down Broadway, straight tunnel. This is still a very hard shot though. I think we're gonna throw our slammer. Oh man, am I loving that. Missed that tree. Okay, knocked down by a tree, but I think that's not too far short of the basket. I really started to commit to throwing that disc on backhands, and it is like so good. This tree is not as close as it appeared. It's kind of just the case with this hole. The basket always looks closer than it is, but this is still 28 feet probably, straddle putt. It's a great look for birdie. We're getting a lot of looks for birdie today, which is just, that's fantastic. Left again. I'm trying to even fight it off my wrist there. Like I was trying to pull it. Problem is I'm pulling the disc onto line. I'm not getting the angle up to flatter. And the disc is just like, if you give a putter, even if it's a flippy putter, if you're not throwing it super hard and you give it that much hyzer, it's gonna knife. It's just how it is. That's a bummer because my putt, it feels pretty smooth and I'm throwing it where I want to on those putts. I'm just not getting them up to flat. That's still what we're fighting right now, but good par. Yet another scoreable hole here at 14, par 3 downhill, a little over 300 feet, I think. I actually think this hole is good. It's kind of unique. I like the way it feeds down. The green is a little bit guarded, elevated basket. It's got a lot of nice touches. I'd give this like an 8 out of 10. It's a good hole. Going with the AB rock, we got to hit it hard, give it enough height, and just let the disc turn. Trevor, oh my gosh, man. I've been fighting that all day long, not getting over, like just not getting open. And that one is costly. That one is costly. A scramble here would be nothing short of brilliant. We have to throw a forehand, low ceiling, slow turn the whole way. We're gonna go fairway. Wow, that didn't, I mean, threw it nose up. Okay, probably got fortunate where that hit. Wow, we're gonna take a bad bogey. I mean, I think I threw it 2 nose up. Well, I know I did, but it didn't even think about turning over. Heck, even if I would have thrown that as low as I wanted, still might not have. That was bad. Man, I really yank those jump putts sometimes, and it scares me half to death. This is not the bogey we wanted to take. Like I said, my PR I think is 75 that I did in the putter only round, which that may sound impressive, but let's be honest, that's just kind of how putter only works. You don't throw it out of bounds. I just want to beat that. So 3 over isn't bad, but we need to keep it together. I think if I get one more birdie, because I'll probably take one more bogey and then just get a couple pars, I would be happy. Like 3 over would be great. 71, That's a good one. Then I can be able to tell my grandkids, you know, at the old New London, I fired a 71, and they might be impressed. Maybe, or probably not. You know what? I take back what I said earlier. This hole gets extra credit for having a fun bell to ring that I'm not going to ring right now because nobody's behind me. But this hole is now an 8.5 out of 10. Hole 15 can be two very different holes because if you make it out this tight gap, it becomes a really good opportunity for birdie and almost a guaranteed par. But if you don't, acorns are falling. Things can get hairy. This is probably an 8.5 out of 10 hole. I like this design. It's a very good hole. Borderline 9 out of 10. Oh man, I'm just get lucky. Okay, that's getting pretty lucky. Yeah. Okay, that got really lucky. I'm just not. I'm getting scared of the early release, and I'm just pulling that over. But that got really lucky and down there to where I'll have an easy pitch out and then up and down for par. It won't be too hard. So that worked out okay. I got a few iffy breaks early in the round, but lately they've all been pretty solid, and it has been huge. I mean, this landing zone is awesome. I can throw a low skipping shot out this little tunnel, get up the fairway a good bit to where my up and down for par should be pretty routine as it can be. Let's try out this, I got this new Phoenix. This was given to me at USDGC, and I told him that the guy that gave it to me that I would bag it. And I meant it because it's really flat, should be insanely overstable, and it should skip as soon as it lands out there. Yep. All right, there we go. Now we just have like a short putter up and down for par. We're doing well here, finishing strong. Yeah, this is great. I got hard enough up that I can see the basket. Just need to land it close, and we're gonna do our slammer. I'm just loving that shot. Skip up a little bit. Ooh, might be kind of short. I can never get the depth perception right on this hole. Not the best shot ever, but it's only a 20-footer. Well, that's a bummer. I definitely got the putting angle I wanted, and I think in concentrating on that, I just threw that a little too hard and a little too high, and we pulled it. Not an awful putt, but from 20 feet, it is a pretty bad putt. 4 over. That really stinks. I really wanted to save that par because I want to shoot like 72 is like, that's, I don't want to be higher than that, which means we got to go make 3 pretty tough pars in a row here. Okay, we know we can birdie 16 because I did it. What video was that? I don't know. In any case, I birdied this hole, so it is doable. My forehand's in a pretty good spot right now, so let's do it again. This is 5.5, 6 out of 10. It's not a bad hole. 6 out of 10. It's just fine. It's just a long par 3, flex forehand. Keep turning. Ooh, that was decent. Had that been lower, it would have turned more and probably been really good. I zipped it, but that's a jump up for par. It's never too straightforward, is it? I got a pretty big gap. We just have to throw a putt. Okay, wait, if I step this way, yeah. I'm gonna step to the right, throw a forehand, because the jump putt on Annie right now is buns. I'm not good at it at all. This is, I'm much better at. Little hyzer, just poke it through there. Ooh, that was close. Part. All right, that was scary. Needed to make that par. 2 tough holes left to play. I definitely want to get 2 pars. Birdie not really in play, especially for 18, it's not in play, but we're going to get the par. 17 is one of my least favorite holes. It's another one of these holes. This is what I'm saying. You can tell how I feel about these back 9 holes. Like if we lose these ones, I think we can design better. Because 17 is just another hole that's kind of random. There is fairways. The first fairway and the second 2 fairways don't really line up super well. It's not an awful hole, but it just bores me. I would say it's a 4.5 out of 10. Just don't love it. We're gonna go passion, and we're just trying to get off the tee as far up there as we can. Oh, I ripped it over. Oh man, I've just lost all command off the tee, and it's really, you just can't do it. I mean, that's just not good. Oh boy. The backhand tee shots have just not been there today. This is where we're gonna find out what I'm made of. This could be where I throw this round away. Oh! Woo! Oh no. I got through the first gap, then kicked back into the woods. We're taking a double. Oh no, it's all falling apart. Why did it have to be this hole? From here, the plan is pretty simple. Forehand it, try to get back into the fairway in 3, and then try to get up and down 4 or 5 for bogey. Like, that's very good. That should be perfect. Hopefully a simple up and down. Saving bogey I'd be happy with. Yeah, this is still a pretty difficult shot here. I need to dial up a good backhand that I have not been able to find yet today. Oh, ooh, good tree kick. It's going to hit the other two. That was really close. I just pulled it. The precision just hasn't been there with the backhand today. You know, even though I haven't played my best disc golf by relatively far today, mostly I've missed a few putts that if I was playing my best I would have made, and the backhand accuracy has been much worse than my best, I think. But I've stayed out of trouble, and I think what this round just shows me is, like, I think when it's all said and done, my best round at New London possible would be pretty close to par. Because I'm not playing awful disc golf, and I've kept the disc in play, and I'm still going to be like maybe 6 over by when this is all said and done. This course is tough. Maybe we'll just throw the old split grit forehand right into the basket here. That'd be great. Or I got a better idea. We're going to hit a tree that's 10 feet from the basket, roll off of it to about 30 feet, and have a tester for double bogey. How about that? You know, I can live with double bogeys. Triple would really hurt me. Triple would really hurt, mostly because it put me in a place where I'm not going to get my PR. So let's make a straddle putt, please. It's not that far. Pop it onto the pole. Stay up! Oh my gosh. I just willed that to the basket there. That was, okay, that was good. So if I'm doing my math correctly, let me math for a second. We're 6 over. So 6 over is a 74. So if we par, we'll have our PR. Wow, the drama is palpable. If we par, we'll have the PR. PR for par. Par for PR, rather. Anything worse than that, and we're failures. Oh, and the fun twist about hole 18 is I cannot birdie it. It is like a 900-foot uphill par 4. This hole is like a 6 out of 10. If it was a par 5, it would probably be like an 8.5 or a 9. Like, it would be awesome as a par 5. It makes no sense. Like, none of the pros, heck, during Worlds, they even put OB on the right and left, which was just psycho. It takes like 2 insane shots from a player that throws really far to even think about birdieing this hole. I don't understand why. And you got a giant line of trees in the middle. So I have to play for par. Yeah, that was better, but I overdid it. Oh, gosh. One thing you should know about this hole is when you go into that right stuff, you never kick out. I'm proud of myself. I at least adjusted, but it's still not a good shot. My disc is in the woods. I have to pitch out. Actually, I'm going to try and throw a cut roller. Maybe then I can get close enough to try a hero shot. This is a bad idea. Oh, or it's a good idea. Don't go out. Don't go into the woods. Hey, I got to see where that went. Wish I had the camera pointed at that. I wasn't really expecting to do that until I got in the woods, but I just threw a kind of a dirty, saucy cut roller there. Maybe I have a chance to get up and down from there. Basically, I cut it out onto the path here and went up towards the left side of these trees, like this wall of trees, and I think it stayed in bounds. If I got in between the leftmost tree and the woods, I might have a shot. Holy smokes, this is actually amazing. That was like, that makes me 1 for like 175 on cut rollers lifetime. Unfortunately, we are really far back, and I have to basically now throw a hyzer harder and farther than I can throw a hyzer. So I'm just gonna have to figure that out real quick. Oh, I threw it too low. Oh, the line wasn't awful either. Oh, look at the little skip. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll throw it in, I guess. Too low. I think it'd be fun to kind of make this video a little time capsule for New London. So if you ever played the course, go ahead and throw your favorite hole down in the comments, and also maybe your favorite memory from the course, or least favorite memory. I think it'd be fun to kind of have it here to look back on, you know, kind of preserve the course in our little video. All right, well, actually, hey, we kind of have a little jump putt here. It's probably about 80 or 90 feet. Just gonna run it hard. If we miss it, who cares? No PR. If we make it, we get a PR. It's be an insane par save. So let's just run it. Let's try to get it there. I don't know if I made a putt from this length ever. No way. Oh man. That was a great line, just not far enough. Okay, that stayed close. but it doesn't matter. That would be a 75 PR. That's what I'm capable of. Oh, also drop your best score at New London in the comments down below. But don't lie, we'll find you on UDisc. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next week with another one. Thanks for watching. I almost slapped the camera there. I'm too used to foundation.